In Chapter 4, we are going to look at some operations like this. We're going to have maybe like x to the fifth times x to the fourth, and then we might have something like x to the fifth raised to the fourth power. And then we might have something like x to the seventh divided by x to the third, and we need to know what to do with these exponents. So that's going to take us to these rules of exponents, and here's a good way, I think, to remember these. If we know the order of operations, we're in good shape here. Here's the order of operations. So when you look at an expression, here's what you do first. You do powers first, then you go back left to right, you do multiplications and divisions, then you go back and do additions, subtractions. Okay, these are the order of operations. Powers, we could say roots, but we're not going to do roots here. Powers and roots, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Now, any one of these operations applies to the one directly below it. So if you're looking at an operation that deals with exponentiation, or raising to a power, what applies directly below it is multiplication and division. If you're looking at a multiplication division, directly below it is addition, subtraction. So let's look at these rules. Let's take a look at this one here. The first one we were going to look at is x to the fifth times x to the fourth. Now, if you look at this expression globally, what are you seeing here? I mean globally, not locally, just globally. I'm seeing a multiplication, right? I've got this times this. So I'm looking at a multiplication. So I come over here and I locate multiplication, and what is directly below it? Addition. So that's what I do here. I add those exponents. So I'm going to get x to the 5 plus 4, so I get x to the 9. Number 2 here, we'll have, say, maybe x to the fifth, and we're going to raise it to the fourth power. So I'm going to look to see which one of these operations we're looking at. So over here, what I'm doing is this. I have a power here, but I'm raising it to a power. So globally, all in all, I see something to the fourth power, right? Something to the fourth power. So I'm raising something to a power. So I'm right here. And right directly below it is multiplication. So what do I do with these exponents? I multiply them. So it's going to look like this. X to the 5 times 4, I get x to the 20. And then in number 3, like the third one might be a division, x to the 7th divided by x to the 3rd. So look at this thing globally. What you see is a division, right? You have something divided by something. So all in all, you see a division. So let's come over here and look for division. Here it is. What's right below division? Subtraction. So that tells me what to do with these exponents. Subtract them. Top exponent minus the bottom exponent. So we get x to the fourth. So we can summarize. Here's our rules. If you have x to the n times x to the m, now the one we looked at was x to the 5, x to the 4, but you don't have to have 5 and 4. It could be any number. So x to any number, x to some other number. What you do is you add the exponents, n plus m, right? Because what are you doing here? You're multiplying, so right below multiplication, right up here, right below multiplication is addition. So if you multiply, you add the exponents. Now, if you are raising to a power, like this, if you have x to the n and you raise it to the nth power, now you're at power, and right below it is multiplication. So we're going to multiply those exponents, x to the n times m. And then if you're dividing, x to the n divided by x to the m, you're dividing. So if you come up here and look at division, right below division, subtraction. So that's going to be x to the n minus m. And if we know these, we can do all of these multiplications, additions, powers, we can do them all.